Hey guys, I'm going to be making a video today on how to add in your dreadlock extensions. I've done all of them apart from one at the front, which I'm going to show to you. Got them tied up at the minute. They fall backwards now, like I originally wanted, all the way down to my mid to lower back, which is great. Mine aren't the same colour as my actual dreadlocks, they're sort of the silvery one with like sort of purpley blue tones. But I kind of like that. You can tell where the extensions start, which is a little annoying. But I don't know. Like I love the colour of the extensions, so I was just like, oh well, who cares? Like it's my hair. If anyone's gonna complain, then get over it. I like the way it looks. So I've got previous videos on how to make the dreadlock extensions themselves and how to make dreadlocks. So if you want to check that out, then go through the videos I've got. You'll need a crochet needle. It really needs to be below 0.8mm to add in extensions. This one's 0.6, so you can see how tiny it is. I believe this is the only method for adding in dreadlock extensions, but if you research it there may be other ways. This is the method I have used. So I'll take my box out so you can see what it's like. Oh, because they're like all new, they're sort of messy looking. Quite low down. They're only baby locks, they're real messy, they will mature over time. You can't expect your dreadlocks to look perfect at the start because it just doesn't happen, they need to mature. Like, my original dreads are still babies. Oh, messy and tangled because they've been up. But you can see where I've added in the extensions because of the colour change. So it's up there. And they sort of aren't exactly straight at the minute, but mine will never be straight, to be honest. I don't want them to be straight. I've got to find the dreadlock that doesn't have the extension in now. That one's sticking out. I'm going to tie the rest back in a moment. Along with the crochet needle, you will need an extension piece that about matches the thickness. That's about the same. So when you make it, you need to keep the seam on so it doesn't fall apart, but after the dreadlock's all made, all the hair will stay together because it's all knotted up. So then you'll need to cut that seam off, so you'll need a pair of scissors. They don't need to be hairdressing scissors for this because you're only going to knot it, it doesn't need to look all nice. So I'm using cheap scissors, which I currently can't find. Oh great, there they are. It's these ones that I've had for a long time. I use them for a variety of things. So I just cut quite close to the seam. You will get some loose hair falling apart, like off of it, because when they make the extensions, there's always like a tiny bit of like baby hair length hair next to the seam, so it's all like in properly. It's kind of hard to explain. So if you get it all over your bed and stuff, like I have, it'll be itchy. So you may want to cut them over a surface so you can clear that up. I can kind of live with it. So as you can see, none of the hair's falling out. Well, that baby hair bit is. I've got a little bit on my bed now. I don't normally shake it, but little bits of baby hair are falling out, but the long hair, it's on my laptop, it's still in place here. Whole dreadlock's still there. So yes, you need to have an inch or two of undreaded at the top, so that you can dread it in, because otherwise it'll be impossible. It takes like a little while, and sometimes it won't work perfectly. You need to have tails on your dreadlock for this to work. You can blunten out the tips of your extensions though, that'll be fine. but on your natural dreadlock it needs to have a tail where it hasn't been dreaded. So sort of just wrap the extension around it. Put your fingers, I normally go for about the middle of the part, and just put your crochet needle in and out, in and out, in and out, like mad. It'll take a few minutes, it may come out a couple of times, so it does take a while and you do need to get used to it, which is why I've done this on the last dreadlock, the video for the last dreadlock extension I'm doing, so I've gotten the hang of adding them in. Spin out like mad. Make sure it's super knotted up. For washing them, you may want to wait a little while, but when it comes to washing them after having dreadlock extensions in, I definitely would recommend doing the trick that a lot of people recommend for baby locks, which is not matured locks. I think it's up to 4 months are considered baby locks. You'll want to put them in stockings, tights, they're called a few different things, like around the world. In England we call them tights. Pantyhose, I think Americans call them. Alright, so you can see it's sort of attached, but obviously looking messy at the minute. Oh, this is tightening up here. I bleached my hair yesterday again for the last time, so it's come a bit unlocked in spots. And then just sort of go to the other patches. I tend to sort of do it, that part like mad, that first bit like mad, so it doesn't pull apart and you can take your hands off if you need to for some reason. And then just roughly do the other parts and just keep going back. But you can sort of do it all like to detail each bit, but I prefer to just get it all sort of done and then go in and fix all the messy looking bits. I tend to make sure I go down below where my original dreadlock started, just to make sure I've definitely got on it all, like I'm doing now. Like there's no hair in this bit, but I want to make sure I've definitely got all of it so nothing falls out, because that's one popular thing. A lot of people have said that their dreadlock extensions tend to fall out, so you need to really lock them up, make sure they're super knotty. Probably do a fair amount of maintenance on them, like probably do that spot where the extension's attached. Oh, there's a little bit here that I'm going to re-dread, because you just really don't want to risk them falling out. So when you're doing like crochet needle maintenance, I'd recommend really focusing on that spot, because like if the rest of your locks come undone they will re-knot, whereas if it starts to come undone slightly on that spot, then your extension is going to completely come out and nobody wants that. This takes like, I doubt you can see on camera, oh you can slightly, there's a little mark on my thumb where I've just stabbed it so many times with a crochet needle, because I spent the past few days just like non-stop crochet hooking, and I do occasionally accidentally stab my thumb, and then the mark on it was annoying me, so I clawed open like the skin that was coming up and it's made a cut, and it's really tender when I accidentally stab it. That's the trick of it. And mother's coming up the stairs. Yep.
Don't leave the coffee near a naughty little dog. You know, you forgot. Walked off, went down to check the dinner, come back, and 3/4 of my coffee's gone. And her little lips are going, she likes coffee.
This is what it's decaf.
Oh, actually, this one wasn't. This
Oh,
was
great.
a rare caffeinated one. You know, the hyper dog.
Well, my dog's going to be super hyper now. So, when doing it, you need to sort of, you want to be able to hear it locking, but not ripping, so it makes a little sort of sound, like kind of crunch sound, not quite crunch, it's kind of hard to describe, but if you hear snapping sound, then you need to be a hell of a lot more gentle with a crochet needle, because you're breaking the hair and it won't lock if you break the hair. I mean, occasionally it's alright, occasional broken hair won't do any harm, but if you're breaking every single one of the hairs in a dreadlock, it's just gonna fall apart altogether. Nobody wants that. Nobody. Okay, so you can sort of see it sticking out still, like them hairs. You just want to keep going up to that spot and going in and out, and I sort of like watch the crochet needle and make sure it's sort of getting the hair on the right side of the hook. So, if it's facing the wrong way, you're kind of not going to get anywhere, are you? It does take a while. All of mine have taken a while. Extensions took the longest because it's the long hair. Like, so it obviously took longer than my dreads. But adding them in is the least time consuming out of everything with dreadlocks really, other than like drying them. Drying dreadlocks takes a long time. It's going to take me a hell of a lot more time to wash and dry them now, great. So adding in the extensions, I started last night when I got back from ballet. I dried my hair a bit more, and then I probably spent 3-4 hours, I don't know, I was really tired, just trying to stay awake as long as I could so I didn't have to go to like tutoring and do work today with like half extension hair, and I think I've done probably 5 today. Like, I did 2 for science, wait no, 2 before maths, did 1 in the bar, and then 1 while waiting for him to get there, then 1 in between maths and science, and another just now, and now this one. So I must have done like 13 last night, 12, I don't know, I think I lost a dreadlock somewhere while washing my hair last night. I'm kind of confused by it. Like, I went down to 18, I could only count 18, which really confused me, and then I had like a really thin one at the nape of my neck, like there, which I spent ages trying to add an extension to, and it just wouldn't work. So I kind of like locked it into another one, but it's kind of dodgy. I think that will require some sorting out later on, because it's sort of like that far apart from the original one, like from the big one. So I was like, oh great, and I can sort of feel where it was 2 separate locks, like at the roots. I'm trying to fix that slightly, but then my fingers are so sore from doing this, and it really will hurt your fingers like mad. And if you click your fingers a lot like I do, you'll probably be clicking them 5 times as much as you normally do, and that just makes them hurt more. Like, these 2 fingers really hurt now after clicking them, but it's like the pressure on them just builds up and you need to click them and then it hurts. Trying to think what else I need to cover. I think that's pretty much it, information wise, everything you need to know. So you can see that's pretty much almost done. Like, that bit there needs locking in a bit more. As you can see it bumping out. They won't look perfect at first, it will be a bit of a bumpy shape around the forming part of the 2, but it should sort out as your dreadlocks mature. Which is another reason for it being a tail, because that'll be the thinnest part of your lock, and then you're adding in like more of a lock from where the extension is, so it'll get thicker again. So always apply it to the tail. A little bit more to do, but not much. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm probably going to go up and do some maintenance on all this, because that bit there just feels so undreaded. But this is my actual look, my hair. I created myself. If my mother can hear me talking, she thinks I'm lewd and that I talk to myself. That's why I tend to make most of mine at night. It's currently 5 PM. Do do. I've got a couple left, in case like one falls out while I'm out and I lose it. So I'll have a couple of extensions at home that I know I can replace it with. Be careful to make sure you're not accidentally getting like a tail of another dreadlock in, or in my case the fringe, which I'm trying to make freeform, but backtracks every time I wash my hair, like, or bleach it. Pretty much only wash my hair when I bleach it. And my braid lock's really starting to dread at the top, with other hair like sort of forming in, not much, but it keeps coming undone at the end when I wash it, which is a nuisance. Like, it's probably best if you sort of start at the bottom of your head and work your way up on adding in the extensions, so you don't miss any out. I sort of started at the top of my head. Well, I did what I thought was Big Daddy and added in Big Daddy's extension, but turned out I wasn't paying enough attention. It wasn't Big Daddy, it was the one next to it. So luckily I had two that were a pretty similar size, so I added in the other big one onto Big Daddy. Well, the one I added onto Big Daddy was my original dreadlock, not one of the extensions I made the other day. Alright, thanks for watching, you guys. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, talk to me about your experience with adding them in. Any questions, feel free to ask. Any requests for anything, like styling, for makeup, for really anything. I'll make any video you want, I don't mind. Feel free to leave me a message. My links will be in the description as always. I think I'm going to show you how I just roughly tie them into the bun I had at the beginning in a moment, which I actually forgot to do. Instead I was going to do before starting on this one, but I'm a bit scatty, so I'll show you that in a second. Stabbed this finger. Alright, I think that's pretty much done. Apart from that bit there, I can sort that out later. You don't need to see me going on for ages. Oh, where did I put my hairbands? Put my hairband down. I'll put this onto my laptop. Right. So just sort of grab all your dreadlocks. Have a. So okay, that needs to go in. Kind of a nuisance with having a dreadhawk, because you get problems. And sort of pull this hair up. And sort of get it to that point of your head, where your head goes from the top of your head to the back of your head. Or you can do it lower or higher if you want. I like to do it quite high so it can still be seen. Make sure you've got them all in your hand, and I'll sort of just go like that. Wrap it over and up a few times. So it's all in spot. You can make it look neater, but this is just nice and messy. You get your hairband. Don't wrap it around like more than once, or twice is probably the max. Just wrap it around that one time. I quite like how it looks like that, to be honest. I like it. Okay, so yeah, thanks for watching, guys.